blow for Meghan. This was a serious project.
Yeah, a Hollywood insider says we're 2 years into Netflix and Meghan securing the rights to make this movie, and there's no director, no casting calls, no cast. The writer's strike has come and gone. There's just simply no excuse.
It was meant to be a night drenched in glamour, the 5th annual Critics' Choice Super Awards, where Hollywood's brightest stars and most powerful insiders gathered under the spotlight. The red carpet shimmered under a storm of camera flashes, each click capturing the glittering arrivals of the industry's elite. But for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the fairy tale quickly unraveled, morphing into an unmissable scene of public rejection and quiet humiliation.
Away, Meghan's camp is leaking stories that she's not done yet fighting to stay on with Netflix in a desperate bid. They claim she is still in the midst of negotiations. So with love, Meghan, season 52, here we come.
Sources say the Duke and Duchess of Sussex arrived brimming with the kind of confidence reserved for those certain they'll be greeted with open arms. After all, this was Hollywood, an industry they've worked tirelessly to claim as their own since stepping away from royal life. But the moment they neared the red carpet, the atmosphere shifted. Security, following direct orders from event organizers, halted them in place. No wristbands, no invitations, no entry. On paper, it sounded like a simple rule, yet in that moment, it was anything but.
Prince Harry has reportedly offered the royal family a peace offering in the form of sharing his official diary engagements with them in a bid to further reduce tensions between him and his father.
No invite, no entry. In the rarefied world of award shows, that rule isn't just policy, it's sacred. And despite Harry and Meghan's fame, protocol reigned supreme. The organizers weren't about to bend the rules. Not even for a former prince and his headline-making wife. Behind the scenes, their quiet attempts to plead their case were met with unshakable refusals. Hollywood's gatekeepers weren't moving an inch. As one insider put it, the message couldn't have been clearer. You're not part of the club. But the couple wasn't about to swallow that rejection in silence.
Important royal events going forward by sharing his schedule. This is something that you and I discuss all the time. We're like, oh, the royals have something important coming up. Here comes Harry and Meghan to hijack the headlines. It's believed that although he...
Witnesses recall a tense, charged moment with security. Meghan's face shifted from startled disbelief to clear frustration, while Harry's expression carried equal parts shock and simmering anger. Moments later, the two turned on their heels. Heads held high but tempers unmistakably on edge. Instead of stepping into the glittering lights of the ceremony, they walked away, leaving the scene behind them.
Have something to contribute to the culture. And these two have nothing. I think it's very telling, by the way. This sounds sinister, but you can't put anything past these two. I think they knew that the axe was about to drop from Netflix. And I think it's no coincidence that they're...
It was a public spectacle of humiliation, one that those in attendance won't soon forget. And it wasn't just an isolated mishap. It was a glaring sign of a larger shift. Hollywood insiders say the Sussexes' increasingly polarizing behavior has cooled their once warm reception among the industry's elite. Once hailed as a royal couple destined to conquer the entertainment capital, they're now met with suspicion, skepticism, and, at times, outright rejection. Years of controversies, media skirmishes, and high-profile outbursts have left their shine dimmed. This red carpet snub wasn't just a moment. It was Hollywood's cold shoulder made visible.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that obvious that the only successful commercial hit they had with Netflix was them talking about the British royal family? So call them up and go, hey, can we have 5? We need some more content, basically, is what that is. For
Harry and Meghan, image isn't just important, it's everything. Their brand thrives on being seen as influential, glamorous, and firmly embedded in the world's most powerful circles. So, being turned away from a major industry event didn't just bruise their ego, it cracked the very illusion they've worked to maintain. Millions watched the footage, read the headlines, and for many, it only cemented a growing belief. The couple's grip on Hollywood relevance is slipping. And the fallout doesn't stop there. In this world, red carpet invites, exclusive parties, high-profile collaborations, They're all built on trust and long-nurtured relationships.
Harry and Meghan. And honestly, the Netflix is done, they're over it coverage outweighs the there could be some hope there coverage, which I agree. I think that the Sussexes are pushing as a last-ditch effort, or perhaps Meghan is trying to negotiate something with Amazon Prime or...
This very public snub sends a clear, unsettling signal to other event organizers, studios, and brands weighing potential partnerships. It hints at a shrinking sphere of influence and could mark a decisive turning point in the Sussexes' Hollywood aspirations. Those close to the industry say this moment at the Critics' Choice Awards isn't a one-off. There's a growing pattern. Harry and Meghan have, on several occasions, tried to step into high-profile events without formal invitations. From red carpets to private after-parties and elite galas, their approach has carried an air of entitlement that many in the industry find off-putting. And while fame can sometimes open closed doors, their repeated unofficial appearances have quietly alienated organizers and fellow stars alike, further straining the very relationships they need most.
I do think it's some type of strategy, but what I thought was so funny, Radar says insiders say Markle and Harry have struggled with creative direction. Putin, the Pope, Harry wanting to sit down with Trump. When it comes to their content, one streaming source described the Duchess's show as...
Fully aware of the couple's controversial reputation and knack for attracting drama, the Critics' Choice organizers weren't taking any chances. Behind the scenes, security had been briefed to follow strict access rules to the letter. Sources say barring Harry and Meghan wasn't an accident, it was intentional. A move to protect the event's integrity and exclusivity. The message was unmistakable. No matter the name, no invitation means no entry. This firm stance mirrors a wider industry shift toward accountability and preserving decorum, even when dealing with the most high-profile guests. And the moment Harry and Meghan were turned away, it exploded online. Within minutes, clips of the tense standoff were racing across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Reactions poured in, some sympathizing with the couple, but most sharply critical.
They think people want rather than being authentic. I totally agree with that, because you've said it a million times. That marketing podcast that went viral recently said it. Meghan should lean into the B word. Why is she trying to be the other B word? Stop trying to be Betty Crock.
Many others openly mocked what they saw as arrogance, questioning why the couple would even try to crash a major awards show. The online ridicule only fueled the negative press, reinforcing the growing perception that the Sussexes are out of touch with Hollywood's realities. Several insiders, speaking off the record, voiced frustration over Harry and Meghan's apparent disregard for industry norms. Hollywood runs on respect and relationships, one source said. You don't just stroll onto a red carpet unless your name's on the list. Their repeated flouting of protocol, sources say, has burned more than a few bridges. Another insider added that their royal past no longer carries weight in this town here. Influence is earned through collaboration, not entitlement. And this public snub? It could have lasting consequences. In Hollywood, invitations, roles, and brand deals often hinge on reputation and goodwill, both of which the couple may now find in short supply.
But it's always Meghan with Jamie Kern Lima.
Yeah.
And it's always other content creators who are mocking the emissions from one Meghan Markle, telling us all that it's okay if we have failed. It's like she's talking to herself, right? She's trying to...
Being turned away from such a high-profile event sends a clear signal to studios and marketers. The Sussexes might be too risky, too unpredictable to work with. That kind of perception can shrink opportunities and deepen their isolation, making their Hollywood ambitions harder to achieve. In the hours after the incident, sources say Harry and Meghan's team scrambled to reframe the moment, calling it a simple misunderstanding. But their attempts at damage control only poured fuel on the fire, as media outlets dissected every angle of the snub. With no official invitation and such a public denial, it's hard to cast this as anything other than a major PR misstep. For loyal fans, it's a jarring blow. One that shakes the image of a smooth, unstoppable rise into Hollywood's inner circle. For skeptics, it's confirmation of what they've long suspected, a mix of arrogance and a growing disconnect from the realities of the entertainment world.
them struggling to create content and they're trying to be things that they are not. But I actually really think at the end of the day, there is no there there.
Yeah.
And it's why Meghan struggles. She cannot have a friend into her fake kitchen because she doesn't really have friends, I think.
Yeah.
And she can't.
This deepening divide makes it even harder for them to craft a brand everyone can embrace. The 2025 Critics' Choice Awards snub wasn't just a fleeting moment of personal embarrassment. It was a glaring sign that Hollywood's doors may be swinging shut on Harry and Meghan. Without a renewed respect for industry traditions and a serious effort to rebuild trust, their path in entertainment could be far narrower than they or their supporters ever envisioned. Being turned away from such a major event is damaging enough. But when it's captured on camera and broadcast to millions, the blow cuts deeper. For Harry and Meghan, the sight of them leaving the Critics' Choice Awards in anger isn't just awkward. It's a lasting image they'll struggle to erase.
Across, and people can clock that from a mile away, and it's a very disturbing trait, very disturbing. People are repulsed by it.
You're absolutely right. It's the lack of authenticity that just makes you go, I need to turn this off because my body is rejecting it. Now, News Nation.
It's more than just an awkward night. It's a symbol of a career losing its shine. Public rejection on this scale is rare in Hollywood, a world where perception is everything. This moment won't fade as a minor hiccup. It will stand as a defining chapter in their story. Hollywood runs on connections, trust, and reputation. And the Sussexes' repeated missteps have steadily chipped away at the goodwill of event organizers, producers, and potential partners. Being sidelined, whether through an official blacklist or quiet exclusion, means fewer invitations, lost projects, and shrinking access to the circles they've been trying to break into. And because their personal image is inseparable from their business ventures, Netflix deals, podcasts, product lines, any hit to their reputation ripples straight into their bottom line.
Contract even remotely similar to the original contract, but they say that Netflix will attempt to keep Markle around at least for one more season of With Love as part of a piecemeal deal, so it can try once more to make her product line as ever a
Brands and partners are wary of aligning with personalities who bring controversy or disrupt the status quo. This very public rejection casts serious doubt on Harry and Meghan's marketability moving forward. The entertainment industry has grown more selective, more strategic about who it embraces, and their royal pedigree no longer guarantees a seat at the table. Now, relevance must be earned, and respect for industry norms is non-negotiable, both areas where the couple has stumbled. Because their snub went viral, their image isn't just shaped by insiders, it's being judged by millions online. Loyal fans may still rally behind them, but the wave of social media criticism magnifies the negative narrative, making any comeback far more challenging. Can they rebuild? Possibly, but it will demand humility, adherence to protocol, and a dramatic shift in approach. They'll need to show professionalism, foster genuine connections, and abandon any hint of entitlement. Hollywood loves a redemption arc, but those who manage it do so by owning their mistakes and playing the game with respect. For the Sussexes, that road is complicated by their public persona and past controversies. And beyond Hollywood, this moment feeds into a larger storyline, their ongoing struggle to redefine themselves outside the royal bubble. Unless they can adapt and rebuild trust, their ambitions in media and entertainment may face headwinds too strong to overcome.